Hey everybody, this is Vaughn of the Voncast show, and today I have a guest with us who I've seen come up. I've seen his work improve. I've witnessed firsthand his dedication to the music, his craft, and I've seen it firsthand. He's rewarded for his hard work. He has been in Team Backpack. He got to day 2. Through that, he gained many fans and nationwide recognition. Also, he recently was in undergroundhiphop.com. He performed there, and we're expecting a video coming out soon. I'd like to introduce Metaphaurus Raps. Man, how's it going?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing good. A little sick, but whatever. Gotta live. I gotta get through it, man. Got some tea. Got some scissor. The legit scissor. The regular shit you get the CVS.
Yeah, I get you.
So everyone, this is Metaphaurus or Metaphaurus Raps. What do you go by now? Same thing?
Well, my full name is Metaphaurus Raps, but a lot of people just call me Metaphaurus.
How did you get that name?
Well, Metaphaurus Raps is a name I made in high school. Mm-hmm. When I was younger, I was huge into dinosaurs. And my favorite dinosaur was the Tyrannosaurus. So I thought, like, in my rap name, I got to put a piece of myself in it.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? So I put... basically, what Metaphaurus is it's a combination of the words Tyrannosaurus and metaphor.
Okay.
So put them together and you get beast or king with the metaphors.
Oh,
pretty much.
That's pretty dope, man. That's pretty cool, bro. Damn, like, do you get upset that people like misspell your shit or like mispronounce it?
Man, I've gotten metaphors, metamorphosis, man, like people get mad creative with it. I'm used to it now. I mean, I used to get upset about it first, but I think about it from their perspective, and to be honest, my name is a little difficult to spell out, so I don't trip too much about it. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, man, because mine's Von Eisen and people are like Von Eisen. I'm like, what the fuck? It's not that hard. It's not that fucking hard. But I let it be. I let it slide. I try to let it slide. I try to cool it off.
Okay.
So, shit. How did you get into rapping?
Well, it was around the time I made my name, which was in high school. I used to write raps in class. Back then, I was a huge Biggie fan. I know that's gonna be a question later, but Biggie, I used to be real like intrigued with his rhymes, the way he used his rhyme schemes with his multis. And really, I tried to imitate that a lot in high school. I really saw it as a puzzle. Right. And I thought it was fun, so I would always do it in the middle of class, during like math classes, English, whatever. Like if I just had my notebook and I found inspiration, I would just start busting raps. And I started writing raps for people's birthdays. And when I started doing that, people would tell me like, yo, that's actually dope. Like it was nice. So I think you should keep writing. You know what I'm saying? That's when I really started writing as a hobby.
Okay. So how long have you been rapping? Or rapping?
I mean, if we're counting those years, I used to write birthday raps. I gotta say like 6-7 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good time. And in those times, I feel like you've really progressed.
Thank you.
Who are your early influences besides Biggie?
I mean, besides Biggie was a huge influence. But I gotta say Pac also. I know that's like the two that everybody say, but like it's because those two were the two that everybody says were their influences. That's why I check them out so much, really. And Pac was a huge influence to me in high school. I like to say I got a lot of influence from Biggie's rhyme schemes and Pac's passion.
Okay, I can see that.
So like, I like to say I have like the best of both of them.
Okay.
And those were two of my bigger influences. Eminem is also one of them too.
Right.
Because I feel like he kind of has influences on both sides. He even says he's been influenced by both of them too. So Eminem was another huge influence. And there's, the Kendricks and, the Year of the Oxes. Yeah, definitely.
You know, I did notice Gio and I were bumping your Humble remix in the car yesterday.
Yeah,
I heard like a new Eminem, just your pace in rapping and the speed of your rapping. I was like, okay, I can see you get that. That's pretty tough, man. Can you describe to the audience, if they've never heard Metaphaurus raps, what's your style of rapping? Like, how would you describe that, if you can?
Well, my style of rapping, you're definitely going to hear a lot of multisyllabic rhymes, because I'm just in love with those.
Yeah.
You know, that's where really the Eminem influence comes from, because I love the way he used to play with words. So I have a lot of fun with rhymes.
Right.
You'll definitely hear a different kind of cadence. A lot of what I hear from cats I've worked with in the actual industry, or had their footsteps in the industry, is that they really like how my style stands out.
Right.
And a lot of people like to say that my cadence stands out, like my voice, my tone. So you'll definitely hear powerful cadence, a wide variety of flows.
Yeah.
An old school style mixed with today's sound too, as I like to make fusions. A lot of old school sound and a lot of today's future sound.
Right. Also, too, what I noticed is you're bilingual or sometimes trilingual on your music. Can you talk to us about that?
Yeah, I mean, I just really like to mix culture, my own cultures that I've, that I have pieces of inside me, into my music. I like to spit Korean a lot. A lot of my listeners will, like that, hit me up and ask me what certain words mean.
That's pretty cool.
I just feel like a musician or an artist needs to put a piece of himself in it, even though it may not make sense to a lot of people. I feel like people should go into music expecting to learn something new. So when I rap in Korean, I kind of expect that, like for listeners to go like, what is he saying? Like for them to get their interest in Korean music. Because right now, Koreans aren't the shit in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to at least leave like a footprint of the Korean rappers in the industry.
Well, I will say that like the Korean influence in music is on the come up. A lot of K-pop stuff floating around. That one dude got signed to Rockefeller. What's his name?
Jay Park.
Jay Park. That's pretty cool. So I think it's getting there. But I see where you're coming from. I remember, I don't know if you heard this or heard this, you said you want to write something along the lines of you want to write rhymes that would make Biggie want to turn over his grave, or something like that nature.
Yeah. See, I actually remember that. It wasn't make Biggie turn over his grave. It was I want to be able to write rhymes as if Biggie Smalls were still here watching me.
Okay.
Because him turning over in his grave, that would be him like listening to my shit and going like, yo, this is whack.
Oh, okay. I'll take it back. Okay. I misread that quote. But something along the lines of like, as if Biggie, like what I meant was as if Biggie was like watching me, like if he was listening to my music, right?
Definitely. I mean, like when I write my music and I go into the studio and I edit my tracks, I'm really perfectionist when it comes to things like that. Like as I'm living my life, I'm really chill and I really just go with the flow with everything. But when it comes to my music, I find myself picking at every single flaw and making sure that it's perfect. I'll spend 2 hours just trying to get my flow right. You know, like editing the vocals and, switching them and re-recording if I have to. And I'll spend weeks trying to finish projects.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I find myself kind of in that area, but I just feel bad sometimes because Cindy's been like doing it over and over again, and I'm just like, well, only I know that it sounds it doesn't sound the way it's supposed to sound, so I just fly with it. But I agree, because I think when you record something, it's there for life, so you got to record it properly. Yeah,
definitely.
Whereas for me, it's a freestyle. It's like, oh, well, it's whatever. It's a freestyle. It can be forgiven. But when it comes to writtens and you record it, everybody's going to listen to it. People can pick at it. And for the most part, they may not catch the errors, but you'll know,
But
and that
you
can
hear it. They always stand out.
that can eat you up inside.
Yeah, definitely.
So you've been rapping for 7 years or so. When did you realize that rapping is something you want to really pursue? It's like a serious thing for you.
Actually, I became serious with rapping this year, or actually 2016 of last year.
Okay.
Yeah. It was always a hobby up until last year, because last year is really when I got my shit together in my life.
Right,
pretty
right.
much. You know, I was battling my addictions, and that was around the time I overcame it, and I realized, you know, this life is too short for my doubts and my insecurities to be holding me back. So really, it was just my mentality that was holding me back.
Right, right.
The whole time, you know, like I just had no faith. And when I really started putting myself out there, that's when, you know, all this stuff actually started happening for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just wait for these opportunities to happen. Otherwise, you're going to be waiting forever.
That's true. Yeah, man, I commend you on your sobriety, man. It's something I wish I could do. I've been good, man. I've been a lot better. But I do realize that, you know, when you have a clear mind, man, like, you can execute so much more, you can think so much more, which is not to downshame anyone who isn't sober, but you know, if you do whatever you want, fine. But for me, from experience, being sober and not sober, I find myself a lot more productive.
Yeah,
I can execute. I'm more clear-minded. But hey, you do what you want as long as you're happy and you're safe. I'm not gonna judge. So, but yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, because I realized that you did start to take it a little more serious. It got to a point where your video, from what I remember, you submitted a music video and you won this contest. Can you talk to us about that?
That was Coast to Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I entered 2 of my music videos, actually. One was Tri-Lyrical,
Right.
and the other one was Kimchi. I actually found out about that whole contest online. One of my friends, I forgot who it was, but on Facebook, liked the post or something, and I saw that, and I was interested. And I was actually going to enter my music video like right away, but I saw like there was $100 fee, so that kind of threw me off. So I was just like, maybe I shouldn't do it. Maybe it's like a scam. But like, you know, the next day I thought about it again, and I just decided to go for it. You know what I'm saying? Because like maybe you do have to like invest in order to, you know, create opportunities. You know, I've heard artists say that, so I thought I might as well give it a shot. So I did, and long story short, I ended up winning 2nd place.
Wow.
For Tri-Lyrical, yeah. And the judges, one of them was Dwayne The Rock, who worked with Jay-Z, 50, like, not nowadays, but like back in their heyday, like Big Daddy Kane, Pussycat Dolls. Yeah, and it was crazy to hear, because the judge actually gave me props and said I have a lot of potential in this industry to make it as like one of the first Asian Americans to actually make a hit record.
Wow.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, your style is different, man. I mean, when I think of Asian American rappers, obviously Jin. Big fan. I mean, he influenced me to freestyle and say, oh, wow, I can do this, because he can do it.
Yeah.
He's Asian, I'm Asian. We're not the same Asian, but we're pretty much Asian. Dumbfounded, he's dope. I like his music.
Hella dope.
I like the freestyles and the battles, and I like how he transcended that whole like battle rap curse, because there's that thing where, you know, there's that stigma where oftentimes people say that battle rappers can't make like music, but he was able to transcend that. Far East movement, got a little poppy, but hey, I respect that. You're the Ox, dope. And
my favorite.
Yeah, there's you, man. I mean, you have that technicality, but I feel like you can also make good music.
Thank you.
It's a tough balance.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So with the Coast to Coast thing, after that, talk to us how you went from winning 2nd place to how you got to Team Backpack. What was the in between? What was the stages from like? What was the journey like that from there?
Man, I mean, after the whole Coast to Coast competition. I mean, like just hearing that from a cat who's actually worked with some of my idols, you know what I'm saying? Like Jay-Z, 50, Big Daddy Kane, like, you know, that was a huge esteem, like, builder.
Right.
Huge. And, like, not even to mention all the props I got from family, from friends, you know, because I did post about it online. And, you know, that's when I felt like when I really realized I had something special to offer to actual industry cats.
Right.
You know, not just my friends on Facebook. But, so I decided to go for more opportunities, and I saw another one on Facebook. I mean, shout out to Facebook, because Facebook has been hooking me up with all these opportunities.
Yes.
You know, but I saw another one about Team Backpack, and it was an audition process. I think it was about 22 weeks.
Yeah.
And they asked viewers or like the contestants to record videos of themselves every week spitting 8 bars. And I figured, you know, that's something easy I can do, you know what I'm saying? Just record myself on my phone, spitting for 30 seconds every week. And I did submit every week.
22 weeks?
22 weeks.
That's dedication.
Yeah, all 22 weeks.
There's 56 weeks in a year.
Yeah.
That's a little less than half a year. 22 weeks.
Every week, yeah. I mean, I did take a lot of dedication, a lot of connecting, and a lot of networking. And, you know, I did go in, you know, with a chance that I might win, but I didn't go in fully knowing that I might make it into the competition, the tournament eventually in June. But,
Right.
you know, just through the process, I met a lot of dope MCs, a lot of rappers that are like just going through the same struggle as me at the same time, you know, and it's really humbling to know that, you know, there's other cats like this out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it gets lonely sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Because like the rapping career, like as much as we say, like there's a lot of people, you know, that are doing this shit as like as a career.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It kind of is hard to find them out there if you don't put yourself out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you can meet with them online, but you know, it really is important to meet with like-minded individuals, that have like-minded goals, you know, so you could connect, network, and eventually work together to achieve a common goal. But you know, that was dope. And when I made it into the tournament, the Team Backpack tournament, it was a surreal moment.
It's very surreal. I was very proud of you because I remember I used to watch these ciphers and to see a friend of mine make it.
Yeah.
You know, I go to the same school with this person. I was in the same hip hop culture club as this person. We did collabs, and to see that, I was really stoked, man. Like, this shows, you know, it was a testament that hard work, effort, dedication, sacrifices, it pays off.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, may not pay off right away, but that grind, I mean, spitting bars for 22 weeks.
I mean, I feel like if you're just patient with the universe, if you just constantly like be honest with yourself, be honest with everybody around you, be honest with your hustle, like, and if you just continue hustling, like the universe will pay you back. I feel like you just really need to learn how to be patient, because this shit can take a while.
Yes.
I'm saying it took me 6 years to get where I am today.
Yeah.
Officially with rap music. So, I mean, but it's finally paid off, and it's starting to now, slowly, little by little.
Okay, so let's take it back to, you know, you're a Team Backpack. So do you get an email, a call from them? Hey, you're invited for the tournament?
So eventually, after the 22 weeks were over of auditioning, I got the email. And I had to reread it like 3 or 4 times just to make sure, you know, like, is this shit for real?
Yeah.
Is this really happening right now? But, you know, I was hella stoked about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, as soon as I found out, I told my girlfriend, you know, I called my mom, and we were just, I mean, of course, we were all hella excited.
Yeah.
And, you know, but also anxious at the same time, because, you know, like, this is the big leagues now.
Yeah.
You know, like, because Team Backpack, I've seen some of the spitters on there. I've seen Joel Ortiz, Year of the Ox, Cassidy, like Passionate MC, some of the heavy hitters.
Yeah,
you know
definitely.
That are fucking with this format. So like, I really gotta come correct. You know what I'm saying? And come like with my A1 game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I took a long time just preparing for that event. You know, writing and rewriting lyrics, practicing flows over different kinds of beats, just for hours I would do this all in my car, you know, just preparing for the event. And when the event came, it was a surreal moment. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know what to expect out of a competition. Because this was the first real tournament that I've ever been to.
Yeah.
So I had no idea what to expect. You know, like what to expect when I come in line, what I do when I perform, what do I do when I check in. Like, it was all new to me. So of course I was anxious about it, but going in, everybody was mad humble.
That's good.
Mad humble. Like, the thing I noticed about the competition was it was all love.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, competitors that I was going up against, I was encouraging. Like, the first round of the team backpack tournament, it was this kid who came from Canada that same day.
Wow.
Yeah, this kid was only 18. He came with his dad. He was like fresh off the flight.
Right.
So I was just like, damn, yo, like, how long have you been performing? And he told me that was his first time.
Wow.
So I was just like, yo, like, that took guts. But I also knew like where he was standing, you know, because like this is like a team backpack tournament. And this is like his first time performing. So I could even tell by his body language and how
crazy.
he was talking to me. He was nervous as hell.
I would be too. Your first. Well, I guess you can. I mean, you know, the bright side, the silver lining you can take from all that is your first performance was team backpack. It only, you know, like.
Right.
It gets easier from there for a while up until you do something that big. You know, so I feel that what's his name?
His name is Nonsense.
Nonsense. I feel that with Nonsense, you know, he has that experience, he has that resume. That's like your first big performance. From there you can only grow.
Right.
You know, so shouts out to Nonsense. I saw that battle. You know, he looked a little nervous, but hey, you know, you definitely have a lot of room to grow, and he's 18 only. He's only 18.
Right.
He has so much more potential and room to grow, and I hope that experience doesn't discourage him, but it's a experience that creates opportunity and growth for him.
Definitely. I mean, you took the words right out of my mouth.
I'm psychic, bro.
I mean, I could tell he was nervous, you know, right before we went on stage. So, you know, I was trying to encourage him, you know, not let him get his hopes up because I know how ruthless like the online competitions
Oh my gosh. I was there. I was at the tattoo place. I had my headphones at one ear, and then the other ear is like checking to see if someone's come in. Hey, you help with the paperwork? I'm just checking Wi-Fi. I'm like, I hear these people talking. No, I see what they're typing. I'm like, oh my God. It's brutal, you know, and that's one downside I don't like about YouTube comments and social media is that people hide behind their usernames. They'll never say this stuff in real life. I mean, they might in the show, but it's vulgar. It wasn't just yours. I mean, yours was cool, but they said some fucked up shit about you. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, but ruthless.
Yeah, they're ruthless, but you know, it's part of it, I guess. I saw a lot worse in certain performers I'm not going to mention. I'm like, what? It's crazy. But all right, so you're in line. You must be anxious, I can imagine.
Yeah, I mean, but as soon as you get up on stage, man, like just all of that goes away. You know, like at first, like I just went numb. You know what I'm saying? Like just being up on stage, like you only hear like the ringing in your ears and like the MC just going, you know, vaguely in the background. But once you start performing, like just your nerves go away. You know? Like they just all dissipate, and all that's in front of you is the audience. And you know, if you're really feeling yourself, you'll have a good time. You'll have a good energy. But that one thought, you know, that one thought of doubt, you know, like I might fuck up. That's what's gonna get you to fuck up. You know what I'm saying? In my own experience. But, you know, if I had advice for any like up and coming MC or anybody who didn't have experience, you know, like just, you know, learn to have fun on stage. You know what I'm saying? That's all you got. You just got to be natural and just go with it. You can rehearse all you want to, but like, if you're not having fun at the end of the day on stage, the audience isn't going to feel you. They can tell if you're being serious or not, if you're anxious. They're really smart. They can see through things like that. So you just got to have fun with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. So you won the first day. Talk to us about day two.
Day two, man. Day two was very interesting because the day before they announced who we were going to go up against. And my competitor, Ms. Nicole, Man, she was I saw her performing on day one, and she was ferocious.
Yes. I saw that too.
You know, like putting the line on her neck, like against her opponent. You know, just saying like, I'm coming after you. Like, I saw her performing. She was live. I mean, I admit she had it lit, but you know, at the same time, it made me a little anxious because, you know, I knew like with this competitor, I had to step my game up.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like I had to go like from what I was doing today to like, you know, superhero that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like the entire night I just spent, you know, meditating and, you know, telling myself, you know, I just got to relax. I just got to go into it the same way I did the day before.
Right.
You know, the change of competitor doesn't change anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You just got to come as hard as you did the first day or even harder than you did before. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only way you're going to have fun or like even have a chance against her. But the second day I came in prepared, you know, like, you know, she's my competitor. Like I'm going to go up against her. I'm going to show her what I got, basically. But I met up with her. We were waiting in line and she starts joking with us, you know, like me and my mom. And we were just having a good time.
That's great.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I was nervous, like trying to go up against her, but at the end of the day, like I just realized we're all here doing the same shit. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like she knows that too, because we were having a great time right before we even went inside the venue. We were just joking, you know, talking with other MCs, seeing how like each other's nights went. You know what I'm saying? Like we were giving each other daps before we went on stage, encouraging each other. And you know, she did come at me on stage. Eventually when we went on stage, she did come at me, but I knew it was all love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so I came with it too, you know, just out of respect. And man, I pulled out my Korean verse, and that's when the crowd went wild.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They felt my energy, they felt our energy, and a lot of the cats said we had one of the best battles of the competition.
I agree.
I remember.
Because, you know, as I recall, I didn't see a battle or a contest where it went to like, what is it, 2 rounds or 3 rounds? It was 3 rounds?
Yeah, it was.
That was their only one, right? It was such a split hair decision that judges and online, they couldn't really determine who won, so they decided to do another one. Were you expecting that?
No, I wasn't. I mean, I actually had that verse prepared for another round.
Okay.
So that kind of threw me off. If I had progressed, honestly, I felt like I wouldn't have had another verse prepared for a trap beat. So honestly, it was kind of a miracle that I didn't make it past that round because I didn't have any other trap verses prepared. So, I mean, the match was dope, but like I felt like it was just like a twist of fate, like a sign of fate, you know, just getting my back because I really would have choked on stage. You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like I went out with a bang.
Yeah, you did.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because even after the match, even though I lost, I gained a lot of connects.
You did?
Yeah, a lot of, you know, the Team Backpack staff, the online MC, the competitors came up to me after the stage all congratulating me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, and I got everybody's contact info, and I eventually worked with one of the guest MCs that performed at the Team Backpack event. His name is Ren Thomas.
Dude.
Yeah, that connect was pretty crazy. That was pretty dope.
Because if y'all don't know, he's in a VH1 Signed show.
Right.
And I heard him in your song. I don't know how to pronounce it, man.
It's called Hadaka Hyakan.
What's that mean?
It means bare or naked but great.
Yeah, because I was... Zuko and I were listening to that too yesterday. We're like, dude, this is phenomenal, man. That's so dope. You got a verse from that dude. He acknowledged you, man. So you're doing something right.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like with these competitions, I don't know what the mindset is actually winning. Like maybe I don't know, like if people think like if you're just gonna win or lose, but it's an opportunity to network and gain
definitely.
connections.
I feel like if you're just gonna go in to win and that's it, I feel like you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
Because at these events, even if you lose, you need to come out with at least like 5 or 10 numbers or contacts or emails.
Definitely.
Definitely. Because just with the contacts and the connects I've earned from that competition alone, I've been able to progress this far.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, and a lot of rappers that even I look up to. Now I don't want to say a lot. I'm bigging myself up too much.
No, it's a podcast, bro.
Yeah. But a couple of my idols, they've even recognized that I've been to these Team Backpack events, and they see that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That I'm actually out here putting in work. So that alone helps them gain respect. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
The same respect that I have for them. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm out here doing the same things they're doing.
Yeah, because, Team Backpack, having that on your music resume, that's a big thing. Yeah. It's not just any old cipher or what you call it, but this is freaking Team Backpack, man. Like, this is, I don't know what other ciphers that are greater than that. That's like, that's like equivalent to I got a college education, I got a bachelor's degree on the resume.
Yeah,
your employers, aka your the people who want to do guest stuff with you, they'll see that this guy, he puts in his work.
Yeah, and Team Backpack actually hit me up with that follow on Instagram.
I saw that. Yeah. Man, and I also noticed too. I recognized some of the names from the Team Backpack on your social media, like Hazen Knowles.
Yeah.
So I see that interaction, so that's great, man. So congratulations again on that. We touched on this briefly on this topic. What suggestions or advice do you have for up and coming artists? They just got a SoundCloud, they don't know what to do yet. They might, but they don't. Can you possibly give some advice?
Starting out, you just need to keep writing. I feel like even if you don't really feel your own music sometimes or your own raps, I just feel like you just need to constantly keep writing. Because even though you feel like, or if you feel like somebody in your family or one of your friends don't feel your raps, there's gonna be someone out there who does. I feel like this world is a huge place, and there is literally a genre, a style of rap for anybody. If they don't feel your raps out here, they're gonna feel them in a different country.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or a different state, different city. You just gotta look for them. I feel like what is really important for an up-and-coming MC is to just keep writing and to find your target audience, because that's more important than anything.
Really?
I feel like.
Can you talk to us about target audience?
Right, because there's a genre for anybody, literally anybody. There's a style of rap for any listener. Like, even if you're a beginner, there's going to be someone out there who would pay for it and would feel it, honestly. Because, like, let's say a person in what's a different country? Like, let's just say Africa for this sake. A little kid, who's never heard of rap in his life. If he hears a guy in America, just like busting out raps, even though he's not that great, the kid is most likely, gonna admire that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's never heard that before, so he's gonna think it's dope. Like, he's feeling it. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though it is like across the world, you just need to learn how to find your target audience, because there's literally no excuse in this day of social media. Because on social media, you can target ads in different countries.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you can build your audience out there, and eventually, if you build enough income, you can perform at shows out there, pretty much. That's what I'm doing right now with Facebook ads. I'm blasting them out in Korea right now, some in New York. Cities that I want to see myself performing in the future. Right. You know what I'm saying? There's so many tools around you that you should be utilizing that, and cheap ones too. Yeah. The Facebook ones, they're pretty cheap, pretty reasonable. So I feel like in this day and age, you have literally no excuse. Yeah. Because you have the tools literally right in front of you.
Right. Who is your target audience? Do you think?
My target audience, man. It's hard to put them in like one specific group, because I know my audience right now is like such a varied group of people. But I would have to say, generally, if I had to generalize and say like who my audience would be, I would say a lot of people who feel like underground hip hop is dope, boom bap is dope, and lyricism, pretty much. A lot of people who would like to listen to Eminem, I feel like would listen to my music.
I agree. Yeah. So if you fall into any of those categories Metaphaurus just mentioned, check out his music.
Thanks for the cosign.
Oh yeah, man. So, can you describe to us any resistance you have come across or still come across on social media for being an artist who identifies as Korean American / Asian American? AAS gang, what's up?
Man, I mean, at first it wasn't even that bad. I mean, like before, it was only when I started taking rap seriously.
Yeah.
That's when I started seeing all the negative comments and all the racist comments about me being Asian and
That's horrible.
Korean. I mean, yeah, it is. I mean, I honestly, I understand why other people would take it a lot harder, but
Why do you think that is?
I mean, because, you know, nobody likes to hear shit like that. Like the shit I see or hear online, like the comments I read, they're very hurtful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I could see how somebody else who's very sensitive about, you know, their own heritage, especially people who hold that very dear to them, could be offended by the things people are saying. I don't really want to say or repeat the things they're saying, just for the sake of the listeners.
Yeah.
But you know, I've just learned to ignore all of that because there's always going to be hateful people online.
Yeah.
I feel like if you can't deal with hateful comments, you can't deal with success because it's a balance, pretty much. With the success comes the hate, and you just have to learn how to ignore that and put it behind you, pretty much. So, you know, whatever your method is of ignoring it, I mean, what I like to do is I just like to delete comments or just block users, and if I see things like that, I just put it behind me. It used to be because I was really insecure about what they would say, but now I mean, it might still have to do with that, but nowadays when I see it, I just don't want that negativity to affect, you know, my hustle, you know what I'm saying? Because it's really easy for you to slip. Just if you're having a bad day and you see a comment like that, it's real easy to get unmotivated. Over little things like that.
I mean, it's easier said than done, but I agree. A lot of times these kids are like, 12, 13-year-old kids. You know, like they're just, you know, trolls.
Pretty much.
And you can, you know, like, what are they doing? I highly doubt that a successful artist is gonna like troll you. I mean, there are successful artists that troll each other, but they're on the same level. Shit, you know, it's publicity. But honestly, like unless you troll them, unless you say some dumb shit, but like you won't, like, a successful person won't have the time to do that. You know, if they don't like your music, just don't listen. But I just feel sometimes people do that just to get attention or to be funny. But yeah, man, you know, I don't even look at my comments. I don't think I have too many, but I wouldn't even do it, man. I think or Facebook comments too, man. They're pretty vile sometimes. I think that sometimes I try to test like how tough I am by like trying to look at the comments in general. I mean, I can't just with like social context in the world, what's going on. I try to look at these things. I'm like, I can't deal with this, man. It's BS.
I get what you mean. I totally get what you mean.
So yeah, that's good that you're able to, you know, bypass that. And I heard somewhere, like, you know, someone's not hating on you. No, when someone starts hating on you, you're doing something right. I don't know if that's necessarily true, but you know, everybody's keep the hustle going. So what keeps you motivated? I mean, what do you do to motivate yourself when you wake up? You know, I mean, we have all our ups and down days, but what do you do to, you know, bounce back from like a bad day or, you know?
Well, to bounce back from a bad day, I would just say I need to first accept that I'm having a bad day, because if I can't accept that, you know, these, you know, bad feelings are gonna stay, then, you know, that's when I turn towards, you know, trying to talk to people on purpose to avoid my problems, or just watching movies, or, you know, like even drugs. You know, that's how I used to be when something bad would happen, or like I didn't want to face my problems. I would just turn to drugs or alcohol, and, you know, I would just be running away. But, you know, first I learned how to accept it, or I tell myself at the beginning of the day, you know, like I just have to accept, you know, like today might not go the way I feel like it's going to. So I feel like accepting it is first part of it, and then, you know, just meditating and constantly conditioning myself. I do a lot of self-discipline when it comes to, like, I have a very loud inside voice, a very loud inside voice, and I condition myself all the time. I write notes in my to-do list, and it's just a matter of getting myself used to living a certain way of life that I want myself to start living.
Right.
You know, a very productive, positive way of life instead of just being depressed and relying on other things other than myself to go about the day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I would just meditate, tell myself that today may not go the way I wanted to, and bounce back that way, pretty much. Yeah.
Wow, that's those are all very true words. I feel that many people, including myself, have used substance in the past to hide or mask feelings, and the sad reality is once that effect wears away, you still have that problem with you.
Right.
It might be even worse because you've probably a little less. You're probably more broke because you drank or got drugs.
Right.
You're sitting in your bed or sleeping in your bed with, and you wake up, you're just feeling horrible. So I agree with trying to have healthy outlets for issues. Same time, I don't condone drug use. If people want to do that, go ahead. But I guess to me, it's when you start using drugs to escape. That's when it kind of becomes an issue.
Right.
Quote unquote recreationally, I guess go for it. It's all fun and games. If you can handle it. All right, so let's get back more into, or you know what? No, we'll do this one. So I was looking at your Facebook and I saw a pretty cool status, and it says, quote, "Life isn't always going to be happy. Happiness has become overrated, and because I expected it too much in my life, I became less content with what I have already. I'm not trying to say that happiness can somehow harm you, but expecting too much of it can. I've changed my goal from chasing happiness to seeking contentment." Explain that for us, please.
Well, I felt like that status was gonna confuse people. After I posted it, I've genuinely felt like it was gonna turn some heads because it deals with a very, touchy subject. Everybody is looking for happiness nowadays. That's like the number one goal, the pursuit of happiness.
Right.
But I feel like nowadays happiness has become overrated.
Right.
Meaning there's just some things in life that we can't control.
Right.
Some things like death that happens, sometimes, financial troubles that we can't control hit us. Like we get fired from our job suddenly or let go. And, we expect happiness even out of those moments. You know what I mean? We can't accept that sometimes we need to feel bad at certain times. And I feel like that kind of mentality is what really turns people towards drugs, because they have to be happy at all times, and things like that are going to help them feel happy again. So it's not really that happiness is a bad thing. It's just seeking too much happiness can harm you.
Okay.
Too much of anything really can harm you.
It's true.
So that's really what my point of the status was, is that if you try too much to look for happiness at every corner and can't accept that in life, that there's going to be anger, there's going to be depression, you won't ever have any freedom because you're just looking for happiness always. I feel like once you accept that, there are going to be times you're happy, there are going to be times you're depressed, there's going to be times you're angry, that's when you can really be free. You can really be content in life, not just happy, but accepting, just going with life as it goes along. I feel like that, if anything, is more important of a goal than seeking happiness. I feel like.
Yeah, that's well
seeking
said.
peace.
Yeah, contentment. I like that word more than happiness.
Yeah.
So do you have any upcoming collaborations you have done, or any cool or dope collaborators that you want to mention?
I do have a couple. I have a couple collaborations I have coming up with some cats I met at Wula, the Team Backpack tournament. I have a couple collaborations coming out with them. I have one coming out with a big homie. His name is Timothy Rhyme.
Wow.
CSUN alumni.
Wow. If I'm not mistaken, he was one of the creators of the CSUN Hip Hop Culture Club.
Yes, sir.
Nice, man.
That was years ago. I don't remember exactly how many years ago, but that was way back. We always bring it back to
2014.
2014, yeah, that sounds about right. But when we first started the Hip Hop Culture Club, it was just me, Tim, and Ash Neal, just us three in that
crazy.
one room. Yeah, by the USU, I still remember. Yeah, so Tim, he's a longtime homie, and
I felt like this collab was a long time coming. And, he just finally hit me up, I think right before summer, hit me up. He was just like, yo, I hear you on this track. You know what I'm saying? So he sent me the beat and I was just like, yo, I'll rip this shit.
That's
you know
dope.
what I'm saying? So I sent him the verse the night after. I think the night of, I sent him the verse. And we're still working on that. He's going to let me know when that whole thing is coming out. And I'm looking forward to that one. And another collaboration I have coming out is with lyrics of Year of the Ox, one of my idols.
How did that happen? I mean, that's you go from 0 to 60 real quick.
Yeah, I mean, that one was definitely crazy. I mean, the one I was when that happened, when he hit me up, like I almost literally shed tears.
Yeah, I would too.
When that happened. Shit. Because he's literally one of my idols. Like I started listening to his music when I was in high school, back in 2010, when he didn't have that much content out, but I did hear of a couple of his tracks. But this year, he actually hit me up because the crazy thing is, my father, he was a pastor, and their family actually became Christian in the first place after listening to my father's sermons. I don't know how many years ago, but it was my father's sermons that got him into Christianity in the first place. So what Lyrics told me was he was touring in Korea, and his mom calls him, and she asked him if he knows an MC named Metaphaurus.
That's so cool.
So Lyrics he did recognize me. He does know me because of a social media interaction. I sent him my tracks, and he recognizes my name, and he was just like, yeah, I do know an MC named Metaphaurus. Like, how do you know him? Like, Oma, that means mom in Korean. And then she was like, he's the pastor's son, our pastor's son, Kim Song-soo. And, that's when he was just like, yo, I need to hit this dude up. And he did hit me up. He said, your father's word actually changed, our family's lives, and it's helped us along our journey through Christianity. So I feel like I owe your family, so much. I want to be able to help take care of like you and your family. So let's get this collab going.
It's dope.
You know what I'm saying?
That is very impressive in the generation.
Hella crazy.
Wow.
Crazy. Yeah.
We forgot. It was my fault. I kind of skipped over one thing. How did you end up performing at Underground Hip Hop? Because for those of you who don't know, they release videos, right? What is it? Underground Hip Hop. It's a building. It's an office.
It's an office in downtown LA.
Yeah,
pretty much. They bring you in and they have you spit for these things called mic sessions.
Yes, mic sessions. There's a big Underground Hip Hop banner, like the wall is what it says in the background.
Yeah, Underground Hip Hop blog.
How did you manage that? Because the people I see there are like Necro. I see Murs.
Yeah, Murs.
And I see a bunch of other artists, and there's Metaphaurus raps.
Yeah.
How did that come about, man?
Is the Underground Hip Hop blog that connection actually started with me submitting one of my songs, Kimchi, to their blog, their website, way back. This was around the time I started taking it seriously, back when in 2016.
Summer.
Yeah. Like I think around the time I started submitting my music to Coast, way back. But the guy who runs the website, he pick and chooses which songs to upload on the website, and he actually accepted my tracks that I submitted. I submitted Kimchi, I submitted Tri-Lyrical, Black Sheep, a couple of mine, and some of my music videos, and my style actually stood out to him. He actually hit me up randomly out of nowhere. I think 2 weeks ago, I was chilling at Santa Monica. I was with my girlfriend, and he sent me a Facebook message, and he was just like, yo, you should come in for a mic session. And by then, I was already following the page. I saw Necro on mic session. I saw A+ of the Hieroglyphics. I saw Strange Music Affiliates, like big names.
Yeah.
Like rapping on this mic session. So I was just like, definitely, yo, like when can I come in? And from there, the rest was history. Like I just came into the Underground Hip Hop blog headquarters in downtown LA. He had me spit. It took me three takes.
Yeah.
Because at first I was a little nervous. It took a little bit of a while to conquer my nerves because, I admit I probably shouldn't have seen who came in the night before to the Underground Hip Hop blog mic sessions.
Who came in?
No. Like, not who came in the night before, but like the night before, I was actually looking up the videos of like who came in, like the other previous times.
Yeah.
Necro, the A+ of the hieroglyphics. Like, these are cats that I grew up listening to in high school. So I was just like, yo, I got like huge shoes to fill. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm spitting on the same spot as these cats. So I was just like, yo, I seriously got to bring my A game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I did spend like the entire week just like spitting in my car, spitting in my neighborhood. Neighbors looking at me, thinking I'm on drugs and shit.
Oh my God.
But, I spent a lot of time rehearsing, but just like when I got there, and like meeting the guy in person, like I still had some of my nerves, and I felt like he could read that. You know what I'm saying? So the guy was just like, he was asking how old I was, and I told him I was 22. He was just like, yo, you hella young for your age. For like, I thought you was at least like late 20s. You know what I'm saying? Or at least near my age. But like, the dude was just like, dude, you're hella young, and you've already got a footstep in the game. Like, I'm already bringing you in for a mic session, so you're good.
That's dope, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a unique style. Your shit is original, so like, you've got a gift.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, that really helped me. You know what I'm saying? Like, he really helped. Like, we started joking around after that, talking about like cats who came in before and like the hip hop scene right now, and it really helped me conquer my nerves. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Armando. Really helped me out there during the mic session. But that third time is the charm, you know what I'm saying? But I just knocked that out in one take, and after that it was history. You know what I'm saying? He showed me the take over again, and he said he's gonna edit it for the next couple weeks, get the mic levels right, get the video right, get the lighting right, and he said he would let me know when the video's out. So I'm still waiting on that right now.
That's dope.
Still trying to see how it turned out. I'm so psyched to see how it turned out.
I am too, man.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any upcoming projects or videos you'd like to announce?
I mean, I do have that underground hip hop blog coming out. Yeah, that video coming out, the mic session. But I actually do have a video that I'm planning for that track that I rapped on the mic session video. It's called Zoog, Z-O-O-G. It's over an EOM beat. I just found inspiration over it recently. I know it's an old beat. It's like 2015. But as soon as I heard it, that was my first time hearing it. I didn't even know there was a Zoog cipher that happened in 2015 with like Wax and all the other cats. But as soon as I heard it, I was just like, yo, I need to spit on this. So as soon as Zoog came out, the final product, I was just like listening to this over, and I was just like, this is the one I need to make a music video for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because there is certain tracks where you just know you have to make the video for it. You know what I'm saying? This is the one that people are going to be listening to. This is the one that people are going to be interested about when I blast the ads. You know what I'm saying? So I'm planning a music video for that one. That's going to come out. That's going to be an interesting one too, because I'm actually planning to mix in some animation with that.
Okay.
Yeah. Like in Justin Bieber's video, I forgot what song that was, but like there's that kid on the skateboard, and like he's dancing in the video, and there's all those animations like in between. I'm trying to do a video like that. Nice. I've been practicing my animation game.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So this one's gonna be different. I guarantee it.
So all right, wait, so you engineer your own music? That's what I wanted to ask you that, because Zuko and I were playing your music in the car. We're bumping pretty loud. We're like, this is pretty clean. Do you engineer your own music?
Well, I can't really call it engineering.
Well, do you mix your own music?
I wouldn't really even call it mixing either. It's more like tinkering with volume levels.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because this isn't really something that I pulled off from like YouTube or like somebody taught me. I do most of my shit by ear. Okay. So I guess it kind of is mixing in a way, but yeah, I mean, most of it is just tinkering with volume levels, playing with vocal effects. And, my brother, he does have like the volume levels and all the stuff set before we start recording, but after that, it's on me because he's not around all the time when I'm recording, so I have to do most of the stuff by ear.
That's awesome.
You know what I'm saying? So
you can do that.
Thank you, man. It's just something I developed just being in the studio like all the time. Like, I'm a studio rat. You know what I'm saying? I'm a studio rapper. Like, honestly, I'll admit, like, my studio skills are a lot better than my emceeing skills, my performing skills.
Really?
Yeah, definitely much better. I still have a lot of work when it comes to my performance. performance skills,
That's tough.
definitely.
I mean, I feel like with your kind of music, it's a little tough because you really like spit really fast and really
Definitely,
loud.
yeah, I feel you.
I wouldn't know how to translate that into like real life performances. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you like do like breathing exercises, it could
definitely.
help. But I mean, your performance game is pretty dope. I've seen you perform a couple times.
Thank you.
So where can the audience find you on social media?
On social media, I would recommend Instagram because that's where my shit is mostly popping, and sometimes on Facebook too. But I would definitely say Instagram because that's where I get most of my news, most of my, the little things like merch announcements, music announcements, things like that. You're mostly gonna find it on Instagram.
Okay.
As for my music, I do preview some of my music on social media, but if you want to get the full high quality tracks, you can go on either SoundCloud or YouTube.
Okay.
Pretty much.
And you also have merchandise out, right?
Yes, I do.
Yo, you want to say something about that?
I do have merchandise out. I just got a fresh shipment of sweaters,
He's
shirts.
right now.
Yeah, I got a Metaphaurus sweater and hat on right now. You can get hats, sweaters, shirts, and masks, face masks. And it's $15 for masks. Sorry, $20 for shirts, and $50 for the hoodies.
Okay.
Yeah, and $20 for the hats.
Damn.
Can't forget.
Do you recommend robbing a bank with that mask?
Yeah, not with this mask off, please. Not with this one.
Yeah, I think it has your name on it. So
Exactly.
the police will call, like, who the fuck who's Metaphaurus?
they can decipher it because it's actually Korean symbols, so they can
Okay.
find out quick.
All right, I was just messing with y'all. Thank you so much, man, for being on the show.
Thank you.
Have a good one, y'all. Take care, and thanks again. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.